Hello everybody. Alright, I'm going to jump right into this one. Came out here. I'm actually supposed to be looking at a Chevy Trailblazer, and instead they parked this little Acura here that's a no start condition. 2005 Acura RL. So quickly I just jumped out there and I started checking fuses. Fuse number 7 is blown. If I replace the fuse and I turn the ignition fast, the vehicle will start. But I just wanted to show you what this thing actually feeds. So if you can't read it, I'll go over it real quick here with you. Driver's MPCS unit, driver's door outer handle, the fog light relay, power seat control unit, gauge control module, keyless access, ignition switch control unit, steering wheel, immobilizer, wiper washer, passenger side door handle, front passenger's MPCS unit. So I don't know what some of these things even are. I don't know what an MPCS unit is. I don't know where the ACC control unit is. So I took a shot and I said, well, you know, the one thing here that seemed really odd, and hello to everybody, by the way. Not to be rude here, I just want to get through this pretty quick here because I'm getting ready to leave for Syracuse. So, real quick here, the one thing that I can get to, and it was the easiest one to get to because I don't know where most of the rest of these are. Gauge control module we know is actually the instrument cluster, but that would be a real pain in the butt to get to. Hey, how you doing, Matt? Alright, so I said let me go for whatever is the easiest one to get to. Driver's door outer handle light touch sensor. Well, I could disconnect the door real quick, and I figured let me give it a shot and I'll shoot right over there and give it a try. So this is also going to be to show you guys another tool that I use all the time, and you're going to see a power probe in here, by the way, but I'm just using that for the ground lead. But currently, right now, this is called a pulsar. Essentially, it's a real fancy pants way of having a circuit breaker. But I get to sit there and I get to change what amperage I want to put in. So when I set it, I can sit there and set this thing in up till 30 amps, whatever I really decide I wanted to do, 25 amps. This is a 10 amp circuit, that fuse number 7. I could even drop it down to like 8 amps and set it that way, lock it in, and now it automatically brings it up to 8 amps. But watch that amperage. If you watch how it climbs. Now, knew I was on the right track because I saw this happening at the same time that it's beeping. So what I did was I came right in here and I said, all right, well, this is the easiest thing I can possibly think of to get to. Let's see if I can get in there so I can get you guys in view. Pull this little boot back right here and disconnect this door harness. And which I was able to do before with one hand. I tried to make sure I could, but of course they got grease in here, so let's make it a little bit tougher. You know what? I'm going to put you guys down for 1 second there while I do this. I'm sorry. Alright. I backed up the connector, just that way it's not making any contact inside. No more popping. We could set it to 10 amps, we could set it to whatever we want. And the interesting thing about this is, remember that I actually went to the ignition switch and immobilizer. So key sitting there, this has the knob that you can turn. Vehicle starts and runs. Only running about 1.5 amps. It's a built-in amp meter too, which is another thing I love about this. So you could have something like a brake light or the wrong brake light bulbs in there, something that pops a fuse every once in a while. This is nice because it gives you an indication. So yeah, door harness keeping the vehicle from starting. It's actually not the door harness though. The best part about this is the only thing that it feeds in that door is going to be the outer handle. The outer handle and the light. So if you have the door closed, which I probably should show, but if you have the door closed, you'll see that it actually doesn't pop. It actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that and try to give you guys a shot of this. But you'll have to take my word for it, guys. If you close the door and you make sure that the interior lights are off and everything is off and you replace the fuse, you can sit inside this car and start it 20 times. The moment that you open the door and the lights come on, that's when the amperage starts going up quickly. If you start playing around with the door handle on the outside with the door closed, it does the exact same thing. It's a driver's side door handle that's causing this failure. Now, it has the exact same setup on the passenger side, remember too, so if you do find yourself up against one of these things and you're blowing that fuse number 7, you know, don't overlook something as easy as a door handle. Again, I got a little bit lucky here because it is one of the easiest things to get to. So I'm sorry about the chimes in the background there. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. But I'm doing this, you know, on the fly here. But sure enough, that's exactly what we have. A bad outer door handle causing a no start. All right, and this is a 2005, guys. This is not some, you know, brand new, you know, brand spanky new 2018 that has some kind of weird thing. But that's what we're up against. But in case you guys can never come across one of these things, though, this Pulsar tool, I know that I had spoke to the company. They are making a new one, and I don't know how that's going to be. I don't know what the setup of it is yet. As soon as I find out, though, I'm going to see if I can get my hands on one and start showing you guys. But in the meantime, though, if there's something like this that you can come across there, if you see a Pulsar out there and it comes with the kit, has multiple different adapters in there. I mean, there's a slew of them. All different types of fuses, things like that. There are ones that I actually made for myself there, I adapted, so I could actually fit into a couple slots there for some recessed fuses. But absolutely terrific tool. I use it all the time. It prevents you from sitting there having to pop fuse after fuse after fuse, which, well, I don't know if they're over here anymore. No, but there was like a pile of them when I got here. So anyhow, just wanted to show you what's going on with it. Problem with the older VW Jettas, that used to be in the door harness itself. That's right. It used to cause no fuel pump operation. I remember those. They were great. The breaker kit from AES Wave, I like it, but what I really like is the fact that I can dial in what I want right there on the spot, plus I have the amp meter. So again, I appreciate everybody coming along, and I'm going to end this video now so I can get ready, because I am going to the training up in Syracuse. So if you are coming up to Syracuse, look forward to meeting you. Bye now.